Welcome to another episode of Selling Life and Annuities. I'm Tim Luby. I'm the National Sales Director for Annuities here at Hague Rd Marketing. And with me today is my good friend and associate, Steve Allison, our internal Annuity Specialist on the Annuity team. And our topic today is case design and support from the Annuity team at Hague Rd Marketing. So Steve, the topic today is case design and how we support our agents. So let's talk about that. You know, this topic comes up a little bit because we have thought recently, as recognized, if you will, recently, how many of our agents are new to annuities on a consistent basis. And so for people that are not writing annuities all the time, I think it's important for them to understand how much we can do to help them get comfortable and get in the game, even if they're not expert on it.
That's right. I mean, we have about almost half every year now we've had as new agents. So there's a lot of hand holding. We help them out. You don't have to be an expert is probably the most important thing that we want to get our point across is that you just need to be able to ask the right questions and we can work together with you to start working on the case design to figure out what's the right product. But over half the agents, Tim, are new. So, you don't have to be an expert. You can use us. You can lean on us as your help.
Right. So I'd ask then, what ultimately we want them to get in the business. We want them to come to us and seek our help so that they can get there. So how do they? Let's talk a little bit about how they identify clients, find clients, and get them so they can come to us for help.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of times, most of the agents that work with us at Hague Rd Marketing sell Medicare, so they have a book of business already right there that they can use as their own lead source, if you will. Or all they have to do is maybe on their annual reviews of Medicare or after Medicare, if they're open enrollment period, being able to ask that question as a follow-up to get the conversation started and being able to get the necessary information and be able to relay that back to us.
Yeah, the existing book is really key for the Medicare agent. I hear the average is 400 or 500 clients per agent for an average Medicare agent. Mm-hmm. And there are many that have twice that or 3 times, 4 times that. So there's some very big books out there. And I guess briefly, when you think about the opportunity and why they might be incented to get into the annuity business as a Medicare agent, the income that someone can make is pretty substantial. The average annuity sale is around $125,000, and an average commission close to 7%. They could make well over $10,000 on a case like that. So do that a few times a year. That could substantially increase someone's income. So it can really be time well spent. The other tool that we have developed to help agents identify clients is our Got Lazy Money program.
Yeah.
And there are some really good tools in there to help raise awareness for an agent, raise awareness with their clients that they can help them with retirement. Many times a lot of clients will think of their Medicare agent as just that, their Medicare agent, and have no idea that they could actually help them with the retirement plan. So they need to let them know that. And they could do that with a lot of different tools we have in the program. So there's good ways to do that. But it's also something as simple as just asking the question too. The Lazy Money program was built around this idea that you might often say to people, do you have any lazy money? Do you got lazy money? And the answer to that is very often a question like, well, what do you mean exactly? And it provokes a conversation where you say, well, lazy money might be money that's not working hard enough for you, or money that you're not quite satisfied with the return on it. It might be money in a CD at the bank. It might be money in the market somewhere. So there's but it heads you down the road of discussing their assets, more specifically their retirement assets with them that might, and in the process, you've let them know that you're conversant on that topic. We can help them with it.
Yeah. And part of those tools is it's a fact finder to make sure you kind of ask the right questions. So it leads you down that path to make sure you're getting the right information. But then that's where you can lean on us to be able to help you with your case design on that situation. You come to us with, I have a guy, here's the parameters or the specs of the situation, and we're able to work with you on figuring out what their goals are and how to meet those goals, whether it's an income or accumulation, maybe even long-term care. But we have tools on our hands to be able to help make sure that your case design is put together properly.
Yep. Yeah, you got it exactly right. You mentioned I've got a guy. That's ultimately the question that we want them to do. We want them to come to us, to you and me, and say, I've got a guy, or I've got a client, or I've got a couple, and we can start working with them to figure out, okay, what do they have, and what do they want to do with it? What are their objectives, or their goals, or dreams for that money? And before you know, we'll have walked them through some alternatives, and we'll try to make sure that they're comfortable understanding those alternatives, and they like the choice that we're helping them with for their client. If they're comfortable presenting to their client, that's great. If they need our help, we can do that too. So there's an awful lot that that we can do to help them, and they do not have to be expert in annuities. In fact, I think we've talked about it before, but nearly half of our agents every year are new to annuities, and that's because we do help them with that design process, with the case design, and help them understand what the best alternatives are that are out there.
Yep. And I've been on many calls with you, the agent, along with your client, to be able to help answer questions right off the bat. So where you don't have to feel like you have to be the expert at this at selling annuities, I can be there and basically handhold and be able to make the transition of everything very smoothly and help close the sale for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a lot of training. So very often people will ask for training, and we can do that. We can do 101. But very often what we're doing from a training standpoint is showing the solutions that are best for what you're trying to do for your client and making sure that you understand them, helping you understand them, answering any questions. We don't just send it to you and have you go through a 25-page illustration. We want to walk you through it and show you the highlights of what it's doing and why we sent it to you and what it's going to do for your client. So we think that's really important. So kind of in the interest of time, we've going on here a little bit, but if you would be so good as to subscribe to the channel here and hit the notification bell below so that you'll get our new content every time we come out with new selling, life, and annuity content. And if you could also like, comment, and share, that's really appreciated. But with that, thank you so much for joining us today, and happy selling.